Hey guys, welcome back to my show. In this episode, once again, I have a really special guest with me today. She's an amazing singer-songwriter. Some of you may know her songs, This Hand Me Down, Gasp of Air, and many others. Hi Lisa, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
Oh wait, guys, so sorry about this. I forgot to introduce her full name. Her name is Lisa Curtis, everybody. Hi Lisa, let's try that again. How are you today?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for being on the show with me.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So please introduce yourself and maybe saying a few lines from Hand Me Down.
I'm Lisa Curtis. I'm a Columbus local singer-songwriter. A lot of people know me from my song Gasp of Air or Hand-Me-Downs. It's the one and it's like, I see my absence was so strong, you had to fit. It's very bouncy, it's very fun. Yeah, and I just like to make music.
That's awesome. I mean, like that snip, of Hand Me Downs is like really, like it gives like kind of like a dancey pop vibe, and like it's like not like a jab at whoever you're singing that song to, but it's also like a fun, playful song that even if the person you wrote the song about will listen to it like, ooh, I like this song without even realizing it's about them.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like groovy a little bit.
Nice. So, based on that, like, how do you approach your songwriting? Do you like to go head on with whoever you're trying to write that song about, if it's like about someone, or do you just plainly just write whatever's on your mind?
I think I'll have like a little melody like in my head, or for hand-me-downs, I had the piano part written first, and then I realized like what I wanted to write down. But for other songs, I just like sit down and I play around and something comes out of it. So it's not like predetermined that it's like supposed to be about anyone, but as I write, I kind of figure out like, oh, this is how I'm feeling, like, yeah.
That's interesting because I think every singer-songwriter, every artist has like their own process. For me personally, what I do is I just listen to some random, those like free for profit type beats,
Yeah.
ones. I don't actually use those beats, but what I do is I listen to that track and like kind of write lyrics to the track. And then and then after that, what I do is I use that lyric and give my own tune to it, and then figure out what notes I want to play using Bandcamp or GarageBand or whatever. And I think like what I find really interesting about your process is that for you it just like varies, and for me, I think it varies as well. Sometimes the lyrics do come here and there because I get lyrics while I'm in the shower, while I'm sleeping, in a dream. It just randomly pops up, and especially when you cannot like remember, especially in dreams, it's really hard. So have you ever had an instance where you get an awesome idea while you're sleeping, or while you're in a state where you cannot actually actively write down that idea?
I actually did the other day, but I did end up writing it down. Like I woke up because my alarm went off, and obviously I snoozed it, but I like couldn't really fall back asleep, and I was like thinking of words to like the second verse of a song that I'm writing, and I like was like, oh, that's good, like I should write that down, but then I was too tired, and then I like made myself get up and get my phone and like record it, because I was like, no, like you're gonna forget this.
Yeah, I think like again, like music in that sense is like really cool because like it's like bursts of sunshine. Like it just comes in whenever it wants, and then it rains whenever it wants. As in like you get bad days where you have horrible songs and horrible lyrics, and then there's like awesome lyrics. Like it's like a big shift. It's like an arc. I don't know. This seems very like. I think it's like kind of like a spacious circle or a globe, I guess, where it's just kind of like you shake it, like kind of like a snow globe again, where you shake it and you have good on one end and bad on one end. I mean, yeah, good and bad. And I think it's just awesome how this works.
Yeah, that's an awesome way to describe that. I've never thought of it like that. I feel like most of my songs happen to be like sad songs, like really big emotions, because it's like when I'm happy, like I don't want to sit down and like write a song and pour my heart out. Like I just want to like go be happy, you know?
Yeah, I think like, like your songs, especially like, Hand Me Down, Gas Prepare, I think it's up to the person listening to decide whether it's like sad or happy, because some people find Hand Me Down sad and some people find Gas Prepare happy. Obviously, that seems messed up according to me, but I mean, I think it depends, like, the storyline, like how they listen to it. Maybe Hand Me Downs might be like, something that like maybe someone they lost recently and they're giving hand me downs, like kind of like a memento.
Yeah.
Whereas the way you wrote it was like, hand me downs is like things that are being passed on, the same things that someone treated you like is being like, treated the same way for someone else. So you'll always be given hand me downs and like same things repeatedly. So I guess it's just like up to interpretation, and I think that's again another great thing about music and creativity, that like you can take it whichever direction you want as an artist, but the people enjoying your art will always like, think of it kind of abstractly, where like there's not a concrete idea that they have or you have, just kind of up to them and up to you. You kind of just put your emotion into it and they kind of put their own and then make it whatever they want it to be.
Yeah.
So would you say that like listeners and you as a singer-songwriter, would you say that you have a 50-50 like effort into it, or do you think it's fully just you or fully just people listening that help you gain the exposure?
I don't know, I think it's like 50-50. Obviously, like I'm not really great at promoting myself, but I've been fortunate enough to like get lucky sometimes and gain us some more listeners with like different videos and stuff.
Yeah, I think like now that like Instagram has become a thing, TikTok, I think those things are not that like evident and dominant in I think the early 2000s and even before then. I think those things like, I think it was just Facebook. I think by then it was just probably Facebook, Twitter. I think those are the two that were there, I think. And so once TikTok and like Instagram came on the way, I think it helped many people. Like even I started like I think Instagram last year, I think, or maybe this year, I'm not sure about that, but I think with Instagram and TikTok, what you can always kind of like reach young audiences, especially when your songs are like things that many teens and many people experience. So I think it's just an awesome method to like connect with others, create a community, and create like a big base where like you can kind of build off and maybe become the next pop star, or like the next Swiffer, or just be the next you. Like you don't have to be anyone else. Obviously, like every teen is like I want to be this person, I want to be that, and even for me, like I'm always like striving to be someone, when in reality I think it's important to like just be in your own skin. I think I did an episode on this recently where I just plainly just talked about like AI and stuff, and then I also touched base on like haters and just being your true self. And I think that's just really important, because sometimes people just forget in the whole process of creativity and like the whole fame thing and all of that, they forget that they're really a person and have to like work on their own terms.
Wow, that was a great way to put it. I think like everyone a little bit like kind of wants to be somebody else in some way, or like parts of them are kind of someone else. Like I really struggle with the idea of like authenticity, because I'm like, what does that mean? Like I just don't know what that means, and it's frustrating when people are like, just be yourself. I'm like, I don't know who I am. Like I can show up and I can sing a song, but like usually when people ask me to talk about myself, I'm like, I don't know what you want me to say.
I think like I kind of agree with what you're saying, especially like like it always takes time to know who you are. Like it's not like something that happens within a day. But of course, when people say be yourself, I guess they just mean kind of just don't act like anything. Just like walk in, be who you are, as in like whatever you think you are, or you, like right now I'm just talking to myself. I'm not doing any funny accents. I'm not doing like kind of like, I guess that's what I think about. Like even I myself do not know. Like I'm still 15, so I still have a lot to explore, and so I think it's just like when people say that, what I think at least is like no funny gimmicky acts, or like acting like, I don't know, wearing things that you normally won't wear, unless of course you're experimenting. I guess that's different. but like, not having funny accents. Like, I cannot speak in a southern accent. I mean, I actually once did. It was an accident, it just randomly popped up, but like, I think like it's just like, be yourself, as in like, just do not try to be anything. Like, just be what you are, I guess. I don't know, that doesn't make sense.
No, but I think like the whole topic, it's kind of hard to make any sense of, so.
Absolutely, yeah. I think authenticity is just a big word, or a fancy word, I guess, for just like, it's like an abstract concept again. Like, it's up to people to decide what they want to make of it.
Yeah.
So my last and final question for you, this is kind of like a fun one. If you could collab with any mainstream artist, or like, any artist, who would it be and why?
I think it would, okay, I have two, I think. It would be Alexander 23 or Phineas, because they're incredible producers and also lyricists, but like their production on all of their stuff that they work on like is insane. Like, he's worked on Renee Rapp, Olivia Rodrigo, like they're just insane people, so I want to work with them.
I mean, I totally love their work. I think Phineas is Billie Eilish's brother, I believe. Yeah, it's like, I find like, their music, like, the production part of it, especially, like, I think that's the main area, especially Alexander 23, I think. Like, their production levels are pretty high, and I think just having that oomph and like that beat drops and things, especially like songs like Hand Me Down, I think like with Alexander 23 having like verses on it, like, like, imagine if like you actually got like a remix to happen with both of them together on your song. That would be epic. I think like that would just be a like a great collab, because I think often people want to hear like, they love hearing like, mainstream artists, like, because like when you put out, like, I think you have, how many songs do you have right now?
I think like 7 or 8.
Yeah, so like I think normally what happens is like, especially like, so how did it's not like a question, but like Hand Me Downs, I believe, got its fame from TikTok, right? Yes, I think like what often happens, like, it's always algorithmic, I guess. And so when people listen to a song they already enjoy, like, Hand Me Down, and then have it like remixed with like Phineas or Alexander or Olivia or Taylor or whoever, I think it kind of just like raises the algorithm, or like wakens it up from, like, I don't know, the depths of the ocean. I don't know. I'm very big on comparisons this episode. I don't know what's happened to me.
I love it.
Anyways, yeah, like the main thing is like, I just hope that happens for you. I mean, that seems really cool, and I think they will make a great addition to your song.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it was a pleasure talking to you today, Lisa.
Yes, you too. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much. Everyone listening to this episode right now, I'll be linking Lisa's website in the show notes. Be sure to check out her music and stay tuned for new episodes every week. Thank you so much.